the clip bag empties. You asked to see the ball, so they sent me, y'all.
Man, shout out to Scooter Fulton. He bounced back in a big way after his first career loss to Inouye. And man, this was trench warfare from 1 all the way through 10. And he showed he still got that grit that made him a former unified super bantamweight champion. And I know a lot of people was doubting Steph. A lot of people was talking about Steph, how he went from the main event to the prelims. But what you guys don't understand is that was the whole point in putting someone like Fulton against Castro as the lead into the pay-per-view. Do you know how many people became boxing fans last night that just happened to have a Prime subscription that just stumbled upon these two fighting? And this was a necessary fight for Steph. He battled some adversity early, whether it be having his nose busted and then still having to battle back, getting loose in the 3rd round and boxing well, all the way to being dropped in the 5th round and looking like his confidence may have been a little bit shaken. This was a necessary evil to get Scooter Fulton back in the swing of things and back in the type of mindset that he needs to be in to do what he wants to do, and that's climb back to the top of the mountain and become a champion all over again. There was times in that fight where he looked a little shell-shocked, a little gun-shy, sort of how he looked in the Inouye fight. But you know what he did? He dig deep and he battled through that shit like a champion. That's what champions are supposed to do. After that knockdown in the 5th, he went out there and styled on him and whooped Castro ass in the 6th. Now, my personal scorecard, Castro only won rounds 5 and rounds 8, but the fight itself was a lot closer than my scorecard indicated. And that's why you guys, a lot of you guys who call yourself quote-unquote boxing fans, man, you got to familiarize yourself with other guys than just the top guys. Because I knew coming into this fight that Castro was going to be a game opponent, only losing to former champions Luis Nery and Brandon Figueroa. So he's only lost to champions that have lost to other champions. So that tells you the caliber that guy is. So just because you haven't heard of someone doesn't mean that they not that. So a lot of people are going to, I already know what they're going to do. They're going to try to criticize stuff. But no, this just shows once again just how good or how great even Steven Scooter Fulton is, man. And I'm glad to see him back as a Philadelphia guy, man. I'm proud to see him back. After his Inouye loss, I made a video about that. I had to talk about it just like I'm talking about this, man. We take our wins just like we take our losses gracefully, and we don't shy away from it. And that's what Steph showed last night. Now the only question left is what's next for Fulton. And honestly, I think the sky's the limit. That fight last night was an eliminator for the WBA title, so he could be looking at matching up with Nick Ball next. Or, more realistically, he could be looking at something on the PBC side of things, and that's a rematch with WBC interim featherweight champion Brandon Figueroa, a guy he already beat. And then you look at IBF champ Angelo Leo, who just scored an amazing knockout over a former champion Venado Lopez. Steven Fulton already beat him. So he's already beat some of the top guys in the division, and I think he's in prime position to do it all over again. But hey, that's my thoughts. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Hit that like button. Until next time, I'm out, y'all.